Secrets of learning a new language. How in the world am I going to learn a new language as an adult? Well, here's the newsflash. It's just knowing the right things and having the correct expectations. Let me show you. People get two things wrong. First, they overestimate what they are capable of doing over the course of a week, month, or a course of a short time. And they underestimate what humans are capable of doing over the course of an year or a course of a long time, if only they spend a little amount of time every single day, like 30 minutes. Overestimation in language learning. Is it possible to learn a new language in 3 months or in a short period of time? If you are very lucky and the new language that you are learning is very similar to the one which you already know, then your journey will be about 3 to 6 months to something like B1 or B2 level. But in majority of the cases, you will not be this lucky. And you are looking at over 1 year of duration in order to learn a new language. So how much over 1 year? Well, it depends what you are looking for. If you just want to learn a language for traveling, then something like 1 year, even less than 1 year is possible. But if you want something like living there or working or becoming a teacher in that new language, then it's 2 years or over 2 years journey. Now for the second part. Underestimating what humans are capable of doing if they just spend little amount of time every day or a course of long time. Not just language learning but other skills too. If you only spend 30 minutes a day, which is very little, but do it every day for a long time, you can achieve very difficult things in a very easy manner. Language learning is just like that. Spend a little time, 30 minutes is nothing. It can easily be found in a day. And just spend 30 minutes every single day and keep doing it and just forget about it. One day you will achieve it and you will be very proud of yourself. Using the right tools. A lot of new language learners get this wrong. They choose the wrong tools to learn the new language, and what happens that it results in leaving them quitting language. This is actually one of the biggest reasons why people leave language learning. So what do I mean by this? Let me actually explain. Not all apps are out there are right for you, and some are even waste of time. Not all books out there are right for your level. Not all audiobooks out there are right for your level. Not all courses, prepared courses or video courses like on Udemy, etc., they are not right for your level. Let's just say you picked a course that is above your level. What will happen is that it will quickly overwhelm you. You will not be able to understand it. Your progress will be slow or even stuck. You get completely stuck in it. And you will simply think, language learning is not for me, I'm too old, or things like that, The reality is you picked a resource which is very, very difficult for your level. On the other hand, you might pick a resource which is below your level. What would that be? Well, it will be something like this. If you use a resource that is below your level, then it will simply not help you. Let me give you another example. Let's just say you have studied your language in school previously when you were young, etc. And you can read pretty much any text in that language, but you cannot speak it or you cannot also understand it listening, but you can read it perfectly fine. And you go there and buy yourself a basic grammar book. You finish it, you realize it didn't impact at all. The reason is, if you can read a language, that means your grammar is perfect and you have a very strong vocabulary too. If you can read anything in that language. But the reason you cannot speak and listen is because you have not focused on the listening and speaking skills. For this you need courses or teachers. But teachers, there are courses available, so you can skip on teachers. You need courses that specifically target the two areas. What kind of courses will be? Let me give you an example. Pimsleur. A lot of people actually know this, but if not, it's an audio-based course and it focuses on listening and speaking. And you need that type of course in order to progress. Alternatively, you can also start talking to other native. You don't need to hire a teacher if you don't want to. You can freely find people who will be willing to chat with you to improve their language too. So they are available on free. They are available for free on Facebook, Tandem, and a lot of other places. But if you want to invest in yourself, go ahead, buy yourself, get yourself a teacher too. And these things like these will help you a lot in progressing. So this is a very important part. Don't get this wrong. A lot of people make this mistake. They choose the wrong resource, and that can result in quitting language learning, as you will not be making much progress. Comparing yourself to others. I see a lot of people do it and they get discouraged by it. But I want to tell you something. Please stop comparing yourself to others. You are not like the other person. You don't know his history, his skill set, what other languages he spoke. A lot of people, they learn a language and they see others learning too. And they begin to notice that others are learning faster. And this results in getting depressed. I can't do this, I'm too slow, I'm too weak, whatever, and they simply quit later on. Please stop doing this. You should only compare yourself to your past self. Look how far you have come. You don't know that the other person that is also language learning with you, he might have studied in school previously, which is now helping him a lot learn the new language. Alternatively, he might know a language similar to a new language, or he pretty much knows the language completely. He just here to develop his speaking or listening skills, etc. Or maybe he studied the language an year before, self-studied the language, and now with you in this institution learning together. So there are lots of things I can say, lots of factors that affect language learning speed. Just because you are learning slow doesn't mean that you are bad. It's just you are different. And never compare yourself to others. Beware of false prophets. What do I mean by this? Well, you will see a lot of these videos on social media, Facebook, YouTube, wherever. And people claim they're with very good editing and cool music that they learn a language in 30 days, 15 days, 1 week. And people get pumped by this, very excited, oh yes, and they begin to learn language. 3 or 4 months pass by, or even 6 months. They watch cartoons in that new language, or any other simple conversation, and they realize they can't even understand that. They simply think that we cannot learn a new language, we are not good. Here's the truth. These people saying 1 month, 15 days, 7 days, they are lying, or they are extremely over exaggerating what they have learned. But in most cases they are lying. Stay away from such kind of videos. It's just not possible to learn a language in such a short time. In order to learn a language, it takes a lot of time, and you need to have your expectations real. False expectations will lead to extreme disappointment. There is another version to these false prophets. You will see YouTube videos or other videos or blogs, which has instructions and tips on language learning. And let me tell you something, not all of these instructions and tips are correct. Some are actually very, very wrong. And many of these instructions are not even written by professional language learners or teachers. If you follow these instructions, it can severely delay or even make you stuck in language learning. You need to be very, very careful who you take instruction from. Make sure the person that you are taking instructions from is a professional teacher who have taught to a lot of students before, or a professional language learner that has learned a lot of languages before. While there are lots of misleading videos on YouTube and there are lots of blogs, let me give you some good videos, very good videos, some proper professional language learners whose tips are actually right. They are not making false videos or statements. They are professional learners or teachers, and they give proper instructions. You can see them on screen, and I haven't seen every single video of every single person out there, but these are the videos that I have seen and I know they are saying things correctly. And here is my favorite video. Just know one thing, these guys are professional language learners. They have learned a lot of languages, so the way they learn languages evolves too. The more languages you learn, the better you get in language learning. So they say a lot of things, give a lot of tips. Just know that things they say here might not be appropriate for your level of learning. And here are some YouTubers that you can follow. They make very excellent content. Just pause the video if you want to read the details. You know what? I think I should make my own version of how to learn a new language. Stay tuned for that. This is a very big question. What is the best right resource for me? Or another way to put it, what is the best book that I should buy which will teach me everything? A lot of new learners, what they do is they use an app. And after finishing that long app, spending hours on it, they can speak the language. They buy an audio course, for example, like Pimsleur, a very famous one, and they finish it, but realize it's just not enough. They buy a very reviewed book, they finish it, still nothing. What is going on? Why am I not learning a language? What's going on? Here is the answer. There is not a single audio, video course or book or app or whatever that will teach you from absolute zero to B2 level or higher or B1. The book, the farthest one, the best one I have seen so far. The best book so far I have seen based on my knowledge, based on the books I have reviewed or read. SML has to be that book which will take you the furthest, but it is not a book which is recommended for absolute beginners. And on top of that, SML books claims that it will take you to B2 level. Let me tell you, you will not be at B2 level. Just know that in order to go to B2 level, you need insane amount of vocabulary. I will be making a proper review on SML, so let's just leave those details. But what I'm trying to say, in order to go to B1, B2 level, you need to go through lots of courses or books. So just don't think that one book will teach you everything. Basically, overall speaking, you need in the beginning a basic grammar book, and once you master the basic grammar, then you need to do a lot of reading, and actually not maybe, surely if you want to have strong C1 level in language, use it in office, then I also recommend an advanced grammar book, but it should be 20% advanced grammar and 80 or 90% reading and listening once you are able to understand things. So yeah, just know this. A single book cannot help you in this. You need to read a lot. Right now, my French is in B1 beginner level. So my French, I'm reading a lot of random things online. I started in the beginning with A1 level text, then A2 level text, and now I'm at B1 level text. So I'm reading a lot of B1 level material, but I have mastered these complex sentence structures and instructions and conjugation. I will go to B2 level text to master even more complex sentence structures. And and vocabulary, you need a lot of vocabulary too, which naturally comes from reading. If you read, you will come across new words and vocabulary. So yeah, you don't need to use apps like Anki and go through every single vocabulary. So yeah, this is hard. So just remember, you need one book cannot teach you anything. You need to read a lot and go through lots of materials and courses in order to achieve proficiency in language. So basically, these are the so-called secrets. In the next video, I'm going to talk about language learning myths. Basically, these are the things that stop people from ever starting to learn a new language. From things like I'm too old to learn language and things like that. So I will be making a video about that. If it's online, you should be able to see it on the video on the screen right now. Other than that, if you have any questions, make sure to drop it in the comments. I will try to answer them all, and I will see you guys again.